Speaking of comedy, Wyatt Karem, Brian Karem's son.
Yes.
Now,
But Rochester can't get him.
no. We're not booking Wyatt Karem, although I would go to that show for sure. Wyatt is doing so. Brian Karem is a political pundit that's best known in our world for being a co-host on Stuttering John's political show. Mm-hmm. And he fancies himself kind of an entertainer. That's why he likes John, because John's from the Howard Stern show. And Brian's like, I'm kind of fun and funny too, you know?
Yeah. Does a great Rodney impression.
Yes, correct. And the apple does not fall far from the tree. And I'm happy to say that Wyatt is trying to better himself and better his life, as we're going to find out in this first clip.
So I'm 29, and I actually recently went back to college. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, education's good, right? We definitely need more of it in this country.
It's the full clip. It's the full clip he posted.
I forget. I'm always stunned by the ending.
He got to laugh, and he's just like, "Yep, that is go." He's got a big sign, link in the bio. Like he's excited. He nailed that one. That was good.
I'm easy to startle, but it always creeps up on me.
Well, you're gonna love this because now he has a story about what happened in class. So he's getting new material by going back to school, which is great.
Good.
On my first day of class, my teacher gave us a full lecture on poop. He was explaining to us, thank you. He was explaining to us the difference between a first-hand source and a second-hand source. And he was like, well, a first-hand source would be if you were the guy taking the poop and then you told someone about it. And then a second-hand source would be if you were watching that person pooping and then you told someone about it. I'm like, bro, man, I came here to better my life, not categorize turds like some sort of fecal librarian. Like, come on. You know, or be a contestant on, like, who wants to be a shit expert. Like, come on, no.
Ooh, biting commentary.
Pretty good stuff, huh? A fecal librarian. He wrote that down. He's just like, yep, this is pretty good, but I can tag it. I can do better.
There's a lot we could break down from that, but I want to focus on the fact that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is such a topical reference.
Of course.
I'm glad he went with that game show.
Yep. Who wants to be a shit expert?
The first laugh was really jarring because it gets a singular laugh.
And then people react to that.
And then I'm like, oh, there are other people in the room. Shit, I thought it was just the one guy.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, and the text on the screen says a true story that shouldn't be real.
Okay.
Pretty good stuff. All right,
Oh,
let's get off the
story?
Yeah, that was the poop story.
What?
Isn't that crazy? It's a real story. It really happened to him.
Oh, man, Wyatt. I thought we were getting ready to hear. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to hear it, Karl.
No, that was it. Sorry. That was it.
Oh, God.
You're going to like this one because we're getting off of education. We're going to talk about the family now. And I like when comics will be vulnerable enough to tell you about their family.
Oh.
And, maybe things aren't perfect. Everyone has family members that aren't perfect.
Of course. He gets real.
Sure. Yeah, let's get real with this, Wyatt.
I have family that's from Missouri, and then I have family that's from Missouri, And so naturally, my uncle's a meth addict.
That's it.
That might work in Missouri. Maybe.
Maybe if you're in St. Louis.
If you open with what a dump Missouri is. Why would people in California be like, yeah, fuck Missouri, Wyatt, get him!
I bet your uncle's a meth head. Oh, we said it. Oh, I was right. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, that was a really creative reference to say that someone in a shitty area is on meth. Could you imagine?
Dude, I have family in Missouri, and then I have family who's in Missouri.
Missouri. Oh, those must be really
Watch
black.
Out. All right, one more. Because he's dating a girl who's Mexican. I've seen photos of her on the Instagram. Very cute girl. And so he's got a story about that.
Nice.
So I just recently got back from Mexico, visiting my girlfriend's family for the first time. Dad, you want to know what her advice was to me? Don't be so white.
Why do you keep
Mike,
pausing it?
I don't see you laughing over there. That was the clip, buddy.
It ends in such a strange spot where I'm like, I actually want to hear the silence for a moment.
Well, it's weird. It's weird because you know it got zero reaction. You know it bombed. So that's why he's cutting it where he's cutting it, or the software is, or something's cutting it where it's cutting it.
But my advice to Wyatt would be, there's no way it bombs as bad as I'm assuming it must. You know what I mean? Like maybe someone clicks their fork on their plate, or you hear ice shaking or something.
Right.
Like there's got to be some noise that's better than what I'm assuming it is.
Nope. It's like a Joe Gatto stand-up special.
Yes.
There's just no response at all to that.
Wyatt. It's amazing to be like, to try it once is actually brave. Like that's ballsy to get up on stage and all you have is a joke about poop, where you're like, oh, what am I on? Who Wants to Be a Poop Expert? But once you say that, you have to, I am a hack. I need to either really get to work or never come back to this. Like doing it once is ballsy. Continuing to do it and put out this is just Mike, idiotic.
The most important thing to point out, and I think we talk about this a lot, is that not only does he go to a open mic and perform the stand-up. My girlfriend told me, don't be so white.
Yeah.
But then he takes that, someone's filming it. He's set up his phone in the back of the room. I've seen Joe Matarese do this, where he's setting up his phone in the back of the room. He's got to make sure he can get his clips and his crowd work. And then he decides, this is the one I'm going to post on my Instagram to show everyone how good I am at comedy.
And after, I had to give Joe Matarese credit, because we've pointed, and Pete Gurgio is another guy that I've pointed out uses like a fake laugh track. I now kind of have to give them a little bit of credit, because at least they listened to the clip raw and said, well, I can't put that out like this. You know what I mean? Like Joe Matarese had the sense to be like, I need to sweeten this. I'm not good enough at editing to make it sound real, but it's better than the reaction that it got. So let me pump it up a little bit. Wyatt Karem watches that video and goes, perfect. It's time for the world to see.
I put out, this is years ago, I put out the Ice Soaps, I think, playing a song live. And at the end, I just, for a joke, I put in like this uproarious applause that would only happen in a stadium at the end of it. And I had a buddy call me out in the comments like, oh, that applause was obviously fake. I'm like, well, yeah, that was kind of the joke. Like, obviously we're just playing a club. It wouldn't be. Anyway, but yes, sweeten it up. Go ahead. Feel free. Make it seem like people reacted to it.
That would be, honestly, that's what he should do. Have an insane reaction.
Yes,
people losing their minds at that joke. And then that clip would actually be funny. Go to blindmike.net for Blind Mike, or go to whoarethese.com for KARL, and make sure you subscribe to both channels, or there will be no banter.